Next one I'll talk about recording is Future Becomes Present. Future Becomes Present is certainly one of the first ones I ever wrote on the album. Part of it I wrote and right when I first started college. And so, a year and a half before the album came out. And it was from some flute thing that I had to write, and I wanted to include it into the album, but that song just seemed so solemn to me when I first wrote it. It was just one of those times when you get in that kind of mood where you're just like so calm, and the sun was like shining in the window, and I was playing on my, you don't think I'm insane for this, but I have so many different keyboards that I've acquired, all for good deals. I never like spend crazy money on these things, don't really have that anyways, but there's an antique store that was selling a 1950s piano, and, had to get that thing. And unfortunately, I almost got killed bringing it into my dad's house. But that's what I wrote both Fieldbrook and Future Becomes Present on, which were written pretty much on the same day, I think, or something, very close to the same day. And Future Becomes Present, I ended up adding an extra chords because it used to be like only like one chord, like hard to explain, but it used to be different than it ended up being. And it was supposed to be, more like inspired by a song called Come On Craig by Doyle Bramhall II from his Welcome Outtakes. It was supposed to be kind of loosely inspired by that, but it ended up being a little bit different. Because I felt like I wanted to have more chords. I thought it was just going to be like a jammy song that was just, I don't know, but it ended up I changed that thing a little bit. But it was hard to record that transition going into the 6/8. It really was, because I had to just make sure I was really instead of just counting, you can't count really. You just, because that's not how it ended up, like in the rough draft file. So I had to just know exactly when it would come, like instead of just counting. And the thing about that is that I got so frustrated with the editing of this track that I almost considered dropping it from the album. Because, the album is long anyway, so I just figured, maybe I'll just drop this one. But I ended up just saying fine. But the reason why is because the Mellotron part, something happened with the audio where, to me, it sounded a little crackly. And it didn't actually clip if you look at the audio file. But I'm not sure what happened. I'm very bad at recording, so I don't know what it was. But I was unable to re-record that part. And I didn't want to have it on there like that, but I ended up being able to do something that made it a little less evident. So it ended up being okay.